Hello and welcome to ISV Spill the Tea, presented by the Retail Solutions Providers Association's niche and startup ISV community. I'm Jim Roddy, President and CEO of the RSPA. We are so glad you're joining us today for this session. Now, if you're not familiar with the RSPA, we are North America's largest community of VARs software developers, aka independent software vendors. That's where the ISVs come from. Vendors and distributors in the retail, restaurant, grocery, and cannabis verticals. We're a fit for any organization that's serious about growth in those markets. Many companies have been members for decades, and we frequently add startup tech companies because we accelerate their growth and they see the massive ROI RSPA membership offers. If you're serious about growth in the retail IT channel, email the address you see on the screen, membership@gorspa.org. And if you're a current member, we're happy to help you accelerate your success. That's the same email. It'll put you in touch with our member services team. All right, so before some of our software developer members spill the tea about what they're up to, RSPA has a few highlights and updates to share with you. And I'd like to first turn it over to Ashley Nagy, RSPA's VP of Member Services. Ashley.
Thanks, Jim. Hi, everyone. I'm excited for today's session, and we are looking forward to our big event of the year. Retail Now 2023 will be in Orlando, Florida at the Gaylord Palms, July 30th through August 1st. The show floor is nearly just over 80% sold out for the event already. Registration is going to be opening in the next couple of weeks, so be sure to save the date. If you have any questions about the event, let us know, but we are looking to connect with 1,500 to 2,000 attendees at this event, and lots of education in addition to that trade show floor with the latest and greatest in technology. So looking forward to seeing everyone there. Back to you, Jim.
Thanks, Ashley. And if you like connecting with ISVs, again, like Ashley said, the show floor is filling up. Last year, almost half the exhibitors were software developers. We had a record attendance of over 320 ISV executives. So it is where the industry meets. It's where the ISVs meet. Let's turn it over to Kathy Meter, RSPA's VP of Education Services, to give an update on RSPA Academy Accelerate. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Jim, thanks. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to do a quick reminder about our online learning platform available to all members with your membership. Accelerate, it's online courses. We currently are offering courses in all functional areas, including sales training, customer service training, soft skills, and we have just recently added our session materials from Inspire. So for those of you who attended Inspire and you're looking for those presentations or those workbooks, they're available now. If you weren't able to make it to Hawaii and you'd like to take a look at those sessions and the content from those sessions, those are now available on Accelerate. And for those of you who might be looking for training plans or some guidance or advisory services around developing training plans for your teams in either sales, education, or customer service, or just overall communication, we do offer a free advisory services where we work with you based on your business objectives and your team's needs to come up with very tailored curriculum leveraging those courses within Accelerate. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, feel free to reach out to membership and they will connect you with the right people. Thanks, Jim.
Great, thank you, Kathy. And the members who have engaged with Kathy on those advisory services sing the praises of the Accelerate program. It's like having a concierge to help you, your team, your organization get better. So wonderful. Thank you for that, Kathy. And we also have to thank our sponsors. Ashley.
Thanks, Jim. Absolutely. Sessions like today's event would not be possible without our sponsors. So a huge thank you to our platinum sponsor, BlueStar. Our gold sponsors are CoCard, Heartland, ScanSource, and Star. Our silver sponsors are Epson, Ingenico, MicroTouch, and Truist. And then our bronze sponsors, AutoStar, CRS, DataCap, DataLogic, Evo, Ingram Micro, Kitchen Armor, PayIQ, Shift4, TD SynX, Toshiba, and WorldPay from FIS. A big thank you to these supporters of the organization. And then specifically for the niche and startup ISV community sponsors, a big thank you to BlueStar, Epson, Ingenico, MS Cash Drawer, PayIQ, ScanSource, Star, and Toshiba. Thank you again to those sponsors.
Wonderful. Yes, thank you very much. And thank you, Ashley. All right, so here's how ISV Spill the Tea is going to work today. So we have executives from software developer companies representing a variety of verticals, and they're going to showcase their offerings in 90-second segments. So this gives you a chance to quickly meet potential new partners who can accelerate your growth. And after these ISVs introduce themselves, you can participate in an open forum roundtable discussion. Again, great chance for you to ask clarifying questions and discover new ISVs in just a matter of minutes from the comfort of your own home or own desk, or it's actually, we're broadcasting this on National Read in the Bathtub Day, so you can be doing this from your tub. If that's the case, please leave your camera off. And so the legal advisor, it's another free service the RSPA offers. She asked me to say this as well. This will be an open forum information sharing discussion. Please note the views and opinions expressed during this roundtable are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the official policy of the Retail Solutions Providers Association. All right. Well, let's begin spilling the tea, and leading us off today, spilling the first glass of tea, we have Will from POS Nation. Will, welcome to ISV's Spill the Tea.
All right, thanks, Jim. I will note that I'm not in the tub today. I'm coming to you from my desk, but yeah, thanks, Jim. And brief testimonial about RSPA. If I've personally been a member for about 20, going on 21 years this year through various organizations. And if you're not, or if you're not attending the events that Jim and the team put on, I would highly encourage you to take a look and show up in Orlando this year. It's a huge value and great way to stay energized. POS Nation has been around since 2001 and started out actually as a reseller and was focused on a variety of verticals, including retail and hospitality. But since 2020, we've been more narrowly focused on retail specifically and shifted to becoming a direct sell RSV, or ISV, excuse me. So we've acquired a couple of different companies in key verticals to get us the best of breed cloud technologies to serve the verticals you see here. Liquor is our biggest vertical, far and away, and then we do a lot of grocery stores, C-stores, smoke shops, general retail, and we do try to provide the full service stack. So software, all cloud-based, best of breed software, integrated payments. We do offer a couple of payment applications for different types of verticals. So we offer cash discounting, for example, and and those types of things. If you want to add different functionality in the payment space, of course, we support EBT. And then we do offer the hardware and full in-house tech support services in our various offices. Main offices in Charlotte. We have a presence here in Fort Worth, Texas, as well as Riverside, California, and a couple of international offices in India.
Fabulous, Will. Thank you very much. Thanks for that info on POS Nation. All right, Matt Dye, you are unmuted. Matt, please tell us about Total Touch, please. Welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jim. And it's been a pleasure working with you for all these decades. So it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And thank you, Ashley, for all of your accolades as well, and all the business that you guys have been able to help us with. I am the division director of Total Touch Point of Sale, and it is a fully comprehensive restaurant software, which is agnostic as far as the processors. However, we're owned by Electronic Merchant Systems, so you might want to entertain us, like analyzing your statements, seeing exactly where your compression is in regards to residual revenues, because there's a lot of games being played out there by the IPOs. Basically, the creators of Total Touch were originally Micros, NCR Aloha dealers, digital dining, etc. resellers. They found that some of these systems were either limited or just plain cumbersome to program or change. So they created a better mousetrap called Total Touch. Highlights are basically the complete employee management, back office reporting, tablet pay and order at the table, cash discount, split tab, tip and adjust, store and forward, online ordering with QR code scanning, flat rate Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates. In addition, you may wish to check out some of our other products, which is our Clover killer called MaxPay, or our retail EBT platform called Retail Sales Manager. But it's been a pleasure to be here, and nice to meet all of you. Thank you for your time, Jim, and basically that's Total Touch.
Great, Matt. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And thanks to you and Will for your kind words about the association. And those don't count against you in your 90 seconds there. So,
thank you, sir.
All right. Let's welcome next to ISV Spill the Tea, David from Artisan POS. Dave, welcome.
Hi, thank you. All right, greetings everyone. I'm David Roberts. I'm the CEO at Certic Software. We've been empowering retailers with POS software for about 20 years or more. We work well in many different vertical markets, from apparel to zoos, including fine craft, galleries, jewelry, consignment, home furnishings, museum attractions, and a whole lot more. We also, our system is very adaptable. It runs both in the cloud and is on premise. We have many unique features such as FIFO costing, consignment, built-in report designer that goes way beyond the limitations of the report wizard, advanced inventory control with complete purchasing and receiving, and many other powerful features that are hard to find anywhere else. Our solution runs on computers, laptops, tablets, using either Windows or Mac OS. We also recently introduced a new Scanner Pal, which is a handheld device based on the Zebra TC26 and other Android devices. It helps retailers count inventory, check product pricing and other tasks on the sales floor to the warehouse. Artisan is not owned nor controlled by any specific payment processor. We are agnostic completely, and although we have partners that we like to work with, you can bring pretty much whoever you want. Currently, Artisan's online store integration is with WooCommerce and Shopify, but our big news event today is that we're adding BigCommerce to the list, which has some unique advantages such as customizations and is a little bit better scale for larger stores. Well, I guess that's all the time I have for today. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you so we can continue our conversation. Thank you.
Great, thank you, David. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being an RSPA member. All right, next we have is Bookkeep, and the contact information you see is for Thomas Riccitti, but joining us today is Jason Richardson. Jason, good to see you again.
Great to be here. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Richardson. I've actually been part of the RSPA going back over 10 years. I was the founder of ShopKeep, so I have a lot of experience in retail and point of sale, but what we do at Bookkeep is very, very different. So for the ISVs that are building point of sale software, as well as payment software, as well as the retail solution providers out there that are selling and installing that software, what we do is we help the accountants. The accountants and the bookkeepers are the ones that are last to know about what payments are hitting the bank account, what were the sales. Basically, the accountants need better automation. So we automate data from point of sale systems, from e-commerce systems, Shopify, we do BigCommerce as well, Etsy, eBay, and we get all that data properly into the accounting platform to automate it for the accountants. It's really, accountants love what we do. If you have any large clients, multiple locations, we can remove almost entire full-time employees from the amount of data work that they have to do in order to get the books done every month. In addition, we are about to launch with Davo from Avalara, where the same retail sales tax data that we grab from point of sales and e-commerce, we're going to pass to Avalara, or it's the Davo part of Avalara, and they will set aside and pay and file sales tax for your customers. We have a reseller program, so all of this can be sold and bundled with other products you're selling. We are happy to work with any point of sale vendor. We can integrate through a OAuth connection. We can integrate through File. The easiest way is if you have an automated Z report that gets sent out by email, we can automate that directly into the books. And we're really looking forward to working with more partners in the RSPA community.
Wonderful, Jason. Yes, and we're looking forward to working with even more and with you at Bookkeep. So welcome. All right, John Floyd from 365 Retail. Hey, John, welcome.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for inviting me. And I also want to echo the comments about the great job you and your team do. Had a great time at Inspire, so thank you very much. So hello, everyone. I'm John Floyd, VP of Business Development at 365 Retail Markets. At 365, we've been providing self-checkout and unattended retail POS solutions to workplaces for over a decade, primarily through our contract food service channel. Those food service operators work with us because we provide a turnkey solution, which includes our hardware, our UI, back-end software, as well as our payments platforms in addition. You simply receive our devices, plug them into the power and the internet, and you're in business. Our clients like that we're connected. We connect all our solutions in the back of the house so they can run their business efficiently, and front of the house for the consumers so they can have a frictionless experience paying without needing their wallet or phone. And they can also earn and redeem loyalty rewards nationwide. So by having this approach, we maintain all the PCI certifications, provide live 24/7 support, and continuously innovate so you can focus your time and resources on your customers. Companies from adjacent verticals started coming to 365 to work with us. Some of those you see in those channels on the slide. But they came to us because they're absolutely frustrated with their workforce challenges and unsure how to drive new revenues. Fortunately, we've been able to help them, show them how to do both, and also enhance the guest experience at the same time. So to wrap it up, we're committed to developing a reseller channel and for those adjacent verticals, and that's why we chose to join the RSPA last year and haven't looked back. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, John. Glad to have you on board, and glad that you and Jason and Will from our first group of ISVs here attended Inspire. And thanks to the entire community for making that a wonderful event. So, all right, so we are about halfway through our featured ISV presentations. And so we want to share with you, of course, you can reach out to these ISVs directly, or the RSPA member services team is happy to help make introductions to these companies or any one of our 700 members. Just email the address you see on the screen, membership@gorspa.org, and our member services team of Ashley Nagy, Peggy Fry, and Nicole Green will be happy to help you do that. So again, membership@gorspa.org. That will open you up to connecting with all of our growing membership base. All right, let's get back to spilling some tea. Now I have next on the list is Thomas from Order Counter. Is Thomas here? I don't know if he was able to connect with us. All right, so we will save Order Counter for another time. So all right, stepping up to the plate now, we have Alex from Axio Logivision. Hey Alex, good to have you here.
Hi, can you see my webcam?
So
Hello?
I am, yeah, I have my, I'm not able to see your webcam because I'm on the screen there. So
There we go.
there you go.
All right. So first of all, thank you, Jim and RSPA team for making this possible. We really appreciate your expertise and you guys putting this together. So I'm Alex DePatty. I'm Channel Sales Manager for Axio Logivision. We're the creators of LBOS and LPOS, modular POS and retail management suite. We've been helping customers in high-speed retail environments since 1989. We're really retail focused. We serve North America, the Caribbean, and Mauritius. Our target verticals are high-speed retail environments such as grocery, convenience store, Truist, pet supplies, pharmacy, health, boutique. Logivision is not just a POS, but it's really a complete retail store management solution with a plethora of built-in management tools, modules, and third-party integrations for single and multi-store environments. It's a Windows-based and agnostic product, agnostic for hardware, peripherals, and card processors. It runs on regular POS terminals, on Windows tablets. It offers 2 modes of self-checkout and pre-order kiosk functionalities. We sell almost exclusively through a reseller VAR channel, and we offer a comprehensive and collaborative reseller program and lead share. Logivision's strengths really are the product flexibility, the open architecture, and customizability of the product. And being customer and VAR focused, we really know our verticals and give great service. That's what delimits us. So we'd love to talk to you. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you'd like to learn more about our products or our reseller program. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful, Alex. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us today. All right, next on tap, we have, and we haven't tested the audio or video yet because he just got home from a red eye from traveling all about the country. Scott McClanahan from Pure Technology and Simple POS. Hey, Scott, how you doing?
How you doing? I don't know if you can see me or not, but if not, I'm here. So I'm not in the bathtub. I've got my cup of tea here. So who is Pure and Simple? Well, Pure Technology is a national IT service company. We specialize in various IT services. And Simple POS is our sister brand, which is specifically focused on the restaurant, retail, hospitality verticals. What we do is we help resellers and ISVs with 24/7 outsourced support, field services, and installation and training. We've got about 600 technicians nationwide. And what we do is we allow you to get your nights and weekends back so you can enjoy the reason you became a small business owner in the first place, you know, to do things like fish and hang out with your kids and grandkids and those kinds of things. We also allow smaller support teams to leverage our national team so you can take on larger clients in locations where you might not have technicians. Now, in addition, we also offer multiple levels of software development, specializing in helping various software products to communicate. So some of the other ISVs you hear of today talk about having integrations with various platforms like QuickBooks and Avalara. Well, we can help you do that as well to help their products if they don't already have an implementation. So if a reseller has a customer that needs their retail POS to communicate with a specific payroll system, or an ISV has a customer who wants their restaurant POS to integrate with their phone system, we can do things like that. Now, the question most people ask is, why not just let the software vendors do this? Well, many times software companies like your POS provider aren't going to be focused on the needs of one or two customers because they have to be focused on implementations that apply to the majority of the customer base. In addition, they have to focus on their core product, so this leaves very little time for extra implementations, custom software, etc. And because of this, we typically can develop a custom software solution much less expensive and faster than an ISV who focuses on specific software. So if you're a small reseller that could use some help with your 24/7 support, or you need help with things like implementation, programming, and on-site installation, I'd love to speak with you. Whatever your need, we're here to work with you and your team. And remember, keep your IT pure and simple.
Great, thank you, Scott. Appreciate you sharing that. All right, let's move on to Tabit and Dave Menton. Hey, Dave, how are you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Awesome. Good to talk to you as always.
Yep. Appreciate the opportunity, Jim. I'll keep it brief. Tabit is a cloud-based 360-degree restaurant operating solution. Company started in Israel. Today, we're active in 5 countries. We started here in the U.S. markets about 3 years ago at the very beginning of the pandemic. Our timing was impeccable. We really focus on the hospitality industry. Our product can certainly fit into any type of hospitality business, but we're really focused on leveraging mobile. So our real focus is on table service restaurants, larger table service operations. We really focus on leveraging mobile. 97% of the devices, POS-wise, we put into the market are mobile tablets. And we really do that for 3 reasons. We can drive a lot of value for a table service restaurant, essentially creating a lot of efficiency, right? All the time they spend running back and forth from traditional POS terminals goes away. So we can really focus on driving efficiency for the staff. Number 2, I can put the salespeople where they need to be. They can spend a lot more time on the floor talking with guests, and we built sales tools in there, really bringing the point of sale to the point of sale. And last but not least, we really focused on the different ways that a restaurateur interacts with their guests and try to drive an enhanced customer experience. We're really a very channel-driven company. We really focus on open channel. So we have the ability for our channel partners to sell anywhere they want, so long as they can support the customers. We are a SaaS-based pricing model. Our resellers own their customers. We build the reseller, they build the customers, so they own the full relationship with the customer. And we're also processing agnostic, which is what we believe is the right way to go. We wanted to be a software company and really focus on developing software solutions for the industry. I really looking forward to seeing everybody at Retail Now this summer, and it's great to have this opportunity, and I really appreciate it.
Great, thank you, Dave. Always a pleasure to connect with you. Looking forward definitely to seeing you at Retail Now, if not sooner. All right, let's move over to IPOS and Moni. Hey, Moni, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Hey, how are you guys? Thanks for the opportunity to present to you today. IPOS System is a point of sale solution company, has been in the business for the last 16 years. We have over 1 million point of sale devices of 3 different terminal platforms. We have about 250,000 devices that are getting their data on the cloud, and about 120,000 what we call SPIN users, secure payment interface, which is the interface we provide to our integrators, our ISVs, to talk to our payment devices. We mainly support right now Linux terminals and 2 new Android line terminals. And the beauty of our terminals approach is that to the integrator, it's a seamless integration. One interface gets you access to on or about 20 devices. Different environment require different devices, and we provide all that options. We are also considered to be a leader in the fee mitigation program through POSs. So we have dual ID, we have one-touch fee removals, we're doing surcharge and cash discounts, etc. On integration, we provide an emulation kit to our integrators, and we provide them with the option to code on XML, JSON, or REST API. Typical integration will take literally a few days at best, and provide access to our full development and to our new launched gateway that provide an omni-commerce experience to the integrator. So terminal data is also backed up on the cloud. The cloud is providing you the management, a virtual terminal as well, host payment pages that. Sorry?
Thank you, Moni. Moni, do you just want to wrap up?
Yes, and then I think the core value of what we provide to the ISVs would be our easy integration, the 24/7, 365 support, the choice between terminal, tablets, phones, fully compatible through the gateway, and we also, just important to mention, supporting the PIN-based debit for the cannabis industry. Great. And I'll be happy to talk to other integrators that want the interface. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you, Moni. Appreciate you joining us today. All right, next up, spilling the tea is Renee from Lock Software. Hey, Renee, how are you today?
I'm good, Jim. Thank you. And hi to everyone on the call. I'm Renee Stein with Lock Software as head of marketing. We are headquartered in Laval, Quebec, just outside of Montreal, and we have staff scattered throughout the US, such as myself. We provide the complete point of sale and back office suite primarily for independent grocery, but we also fit well into retail, natural food, fuel, and liquor stores. Lock has been in the point of sale space for 30 years, where we have grown from a back office and point of sale to now most every technical touch point in the store. To dive a little deeper, our suite offers cloud solutions, inventory tracking, reporting, mobile solutions, e-commerce, enterprise hosting, as well as customer loyalty. This really allows our retailers to scale with our product. And this year, we're excited to launch our ePOD solution, which is our robust web-based browser point of sale, allowing the retailer to take their point of sale anywhere. Lock Software has installations globally and work with a vast and knowledgeable group of VARs, and have had a long standing with the members at our RSPA. You'll see my contact info in the presentation, and if you'll be at NGA or Retail Now, we'll look forward to showing you all of our offers. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Renee, and looking forward to seeing you at a trade show soon. All right, last but not least, Ben from Acadia POS. Hey, Ben, how are you today? Ben, are you able to unmute yourself?
I just unmuted myself, but I'm not sure if you're able to see me. Are you able to see me?
I can hear you. Yeah, go right ahead, Ben. Welcome.
Okay, great. Really great to be here. So yeah, Acadia point of sale, we started back in 2016. It's not our first time. We used to support a different software before we started. The big thing about our system is that because we have a modern platform, every setting is on the web, which is really important to resellers who are really kind of tired of connecting on screen share all the time, and kind of, they need more tools to manage their customers and support their customers and adjust settings on the web. And, really everything is on the web. So that's a big thing, mobile friendly. Our app is the same exact experience on a mobile device as it is on a large screen device. We train people on 15-inch, touch screens using their index finger. They have the process down, click, click, click. We pass them a handheld. Now they're clicking with their thumb. Same exact experience. So yeah, very, very much focused on mobile. We're a partner with PAX Technology, which means we can connect to almost every major front-end processor platform without an extra gateway charge or a transaction fee or any of that stuff. And we put the power in the hands of the reseller where they can program and lock those devices down to any one of those front-end platforms. So it's not just like Clover where it's locked to First Data. You lock it and you lock it to whichever front-end platform you want. But the big thing for us is, yes, we do restaurant. Yes, we do retail. Doesn't mean that we're perfect for every single restaurant. Doesn't mean that we're perfect for every retailer. But for a winery, for example, where there's a retail component and a restaurant component, they want to have a single login to a single system. For merchants that have a country store inside a restaurant, a lot of customers have, hybrid restaurant and retail needs, and we're a perfect fit for those customers. But of course, traditional liquor stores, we do those every day of the week, regular bars, biker bars, any kind of bar you could think of, any type of restaurant, we can find out if it's a good fit for our solutions.
Great, fabulous, Ben. Thank you very much, and thanks to all of our presenters for today. I will also say, there was the old read more about it that they had on the cartoons or TV shows or things like that. If you want to hear more, episode 77 of the RSPA Trusted Advisor podcast has Ben from Acadia and Jason from Bookkeep talking ISV growth strategies. Very interesting conversation. So again, if you want to look that up on the RSPA website, you can learn more about our members and about how ISVs are growing. So great. Well, thank you to our presenters. Now it's time for you to share your questions and share your perspective, make a comment. Again, use the chat function, use the question function, and let us know that you'd like to weigh in and share something with any of our presenters today. Before we do that, just want to have a reminder again about Retail Now. Save the date, July 30th through August 1st. Retail Now is where the industry meets. And so that will be, again, back at the Gaylord Palms in Orlando. All right, so for the open forum discussion, we ask all of our featured guests to turn on their video cameras. That's going to help the audience know who's answering. And then also, we're happy to start anywhere that the group would like. If anybody has a question, idea, or a comment based on what you've already heard today, you ask the question through the GoToWebinar platform. I will call on them, and then Chris Arnold, our Director of Marketing, will unmute you. So start lining up with those questions or those comments. One that I will pose to the group and see who wants to take this first. Just from an industry trends standpoint, what would you share with our audience and your fellow panelists here? What are some of the trends that you're seeing? What's a big trend that you think our audience needs to pay attention to? Who wants to tackle that one first?
I'll be glad to.
I'll be happy to.
Okay. Well, either way. What I've seen currently is a lot of compression in the industry, a lot of acquisition in the industry. And of course, what we've seen out there is a number of big IPOs have basically sunset server-based solutions. So what I've seen out there is kind of a void where the resellers no longer have that comfort level selling some of the, I want to say, cloud-based solutions that are serviced from afar. So they're looking for a different solution, whether it be server-based or hybrid like we are. But they're looking for alternatives that they can actually keep pursuing those things that they had already done with their previous software, whether it be Future, Focus, MailerD, et cetera. So those are some of the things I see as far as a trend in the industry. And I think we're going to see kind of a resurgence of resellers in the near future. A lot of people are coming to me from different places like HVAC and fire systems and networks that basically their merchants, which rely on them for that tech, said, can you do point of sale? And so they're coming to us. Anyway, that's just what I see right now.
Excellent, thank you. I will say we're seeing strength. We're just crunching the numbers for the RSPA's retail IT channel key performance indicator study, and a lot of strong numbers coming out of the reseller community, some of the most having their best year in many, many years. So Thank you, Matt. Who else would want to weigh in from a trend perspective? What are you seeing? Who wants to go next?
Jim, I'll add to that. So I've been having some conversations with my marketing company, and part of the thing that we're seeing with all the compression mergers and all that is that we've got to differentiate ourselves. And we've been talking about this as an industry for years, but there's so many other products out there that are, trying to skip by the reseller, don't need a reseller, we can do everything direct. And, just selling point of sale or just selling credit card processing isn't going to be enough anymore. And so I think that the more important thing is that you build those relationships with your customers. And we've been talking about how we can bring, additional lines of business and additional value to our product that we bring to our customers.
Got it. Great. Thank you.
I would add
Scott.
on to
Who
that.
else wants to weigh in?
I would just say, obviously also talking my book, but spreading a little bit further into other parts of a business process, like accounting automation, like sales tax. There's a lot of other areas that retailers need help. And what we see at Bookkeep, because we see data flows of revenue coming from all different sales channels, point of sale, e-commerce, and terminals, by the way. We also actually work with iPOS terminals for cannabis. And it's just very interesting to see that, a lot of these businesses are selling anywhere they can, Instagram. And so being able to help and consult in that regard, as well as, supporting the accountants to make sure that the books get done properly, is another way you can go, is another thing you can add to your toolkit, because it's definitely something that nobody wants to touch because people are afraid of accounting, but accounting isn't really that hard. As we all know who build point of sale systems, but sometimes working with accountants can be a little bit scary.
Great, thank you. And so we'll pause on the trends question. We did get one from our audience. Dwayne Roebuck, can you please unmute yourself? Dwayne is with BlueStar. Dwayne, are you able to unmute yourself and ask your questions?
Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes. Hey, Dwayne, good to talk to you again.
Hey, good to talk to you as well, Jim, and thanks for facilitating this, and thank you to all of the ISV participants for being on here and sharing your solutions with us. My question was, I attended NRF a few weeks back, and two of the overwhelming predominant themes that I saw there was incorporating AI and or RFID into solutions. As I'm sure you guys are aware, one of the major challenges in retail is in terms of staffing, and so they look at that from a operational efficiency standpoint. Are any of you looking at incorporating those technologies into your solutions? That would be my question.
Thank you, Dwayne.
I can take this one. So at LogiVision, we have started looking at AI trends and AI processes, but we offer self-checkout capabilities and kiosk capabilities, which it's the word on everyone's mouth right now. And I think going to trade shows, you can see that more and more hardware companies are making their own now. So at LogiVision, we really concentrated in the last year in in our self-checkout and kiosk solutions.
Yeah, and I can also comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Thanks, Jim. So yeah, exactly what Alex said. Especially in the grocery space, we're seeing a huge ramp in self-checkout. Businesses that 5 years ago never would have touched it are diving in, and they're doing one to test, and they're then adding the rest. Adding 2 more to all their stores or what have you. You also asked about RFID, and that's one of those things. The technology is pretty cool. You want to be careful about how you implement it. We did a chain in like 2004 with RFID and to identify vehicles as they came up to a window, and it works, but the use case can be pretty narrow. Or when you look at product, you have to be careful about making sure the tags actually read in the environment, so it won't read through a lot of liquid or through metal or what have you. So it's not an end all. You see those cool videos of a warehouse that's totally automated and everything on pallets goes by and it's all picked up, but that's not the reality of retail. So, and it can be very expensive is the other thing. So you would probably want to be very careful about the cost and the technology and the provider, and then just realistically what environment are you putting it in?
Thank you, Will. And I see we have a lot of our panelists are ready to answer this question, and so I'll try to be like an air traffic controller. Renee, you're unmuted. Do you want to give Locke's perspective on AI and RFID?
Yeah, and going back to just tee off of Will's and Alex's comments, self-checkout is really no longer a luxury for groceries specifically. Even your 1 to 2 lane stores are making room for a self-checkout just because of labor and efficiencies. So it's really a game changer, I feel, especially in 2023. I think we're going to see it continue to grow.
Great, thank you, Renee. Moni, you're unmuted. How would you answer this question?
On the AI, honestly, we don't have much technology that handle at the moment this kind of technology. But on the trend question, I think that what we've noticed quite a bit is that the standalone world of terminals, because we have about 1 million of those, is changing very quickly toward gateway solution. People want their process or their transaction on the cloud through a concentrator, so they can have backup and they can do a little bit more quicker. And I think that is a very strong trend that we have noticed. I don't think that right now we have at the POS level, we don't have too much attention to the AI, but I would say that there is a new segments of integration that would be interested to see how that develop, and this is the soft POS. There's a very strong soft POS process where you can accept payments on tablets and phones, and our spin integration allow you the seamless usability of the same protocol you perform on a terminal to do on a phone and a tablet. And I think that I would see more of that now when we're dealing with telephone and we're dealing with tablet and merchants. Now more on the single stores, you would see the trend would be finally to be able to push loyalty, to push added value system that before a merchant could not configure, could not figure out because the POS is complicated, but the phone is easy and the tablet is easier. And therefore, I can see more value add coming to the integrators if they also use extension PDAs as their tools.
Great, thank you, Moni. We'll get one more answer to Dwayne's question, I believe, about RFID and AI, and then we have another question from our audience. John Floyd from 365, you're unmuted. Did you want to weigh in on that?
Sure, thanks, Jim. Yeah, a lot of good comments. And you know, at 365 Retail Markets, we've been focused on self-checkout in unattended retail since 2008. Just a little quick story about us. We started with RFID back in the early days. That model changed to a different type of model, to using barcodes and things like that. Now, 3 years ago, we purchased a company that was actually backed by Google, that was doing AI and machine learning and computer vision. And then over the last 3 years, we've taken that technology and put it into different form factors, because what we're seeing out there is there's a lot of folks that are looking at the whole AI store, and somebody brought it up earlier, you know, the ROI is really hard to get. Just because of the cost, not only for the technology, but for retrofitting a location, because there's a lot of different things you need to keep in mind. Now, what we've done is a different approach, which is made more of those grab and go type formats in smaller spaces. So cabinets that we had at NRF, or coolers by themselves. So people, you know, just simply whatever they take and don't put back in the cabinet or cooler, when they shut the door, it automatically charges them. So we're giving, you know, we're focusing on more mobile using AI, and we honestly are getting a lot of requests for it from retailers and others. So for us, at least, we see that as a huge trend for us.
Got it, great, thank you. And Dwayne has a follow-up question. And so Dwayne, I'll just read it in the interest of time here. So Dwayne said, most of you spoke about self-service kiosks. Most merchants that have deployed them have experienced an increased amount of loss. What are you doing to mitigate some of those losses? Does anybody want to address that in terms of mitigating losses?
Jim, I can start that off if it's okay.
Yeah, please.
So, we have a lot of experience doing this, and fortunately, and so we've learned over the years. And so a couple things that we've done is we built in these kind of red flag systems. We can tell when people are trying to play games with their self-checkout. And there's lots of different games that would take a couple hours that to talk through. But we enable it so both visually out for the public and anybody standing around that person, there's a cue, visual cues that something might be happening. And then also on the back end, we also have systems, loss prevention systems that are integrated into ours. So you can have a red flag come up and the operator can receive notifications simply that show them a video clip and timestamp and the amount of money or that was in the transaction, products and costs and everything in it, so they can go and take that investigation further. But in the past, what we learned and we heard from folks was we're spending a lot of time reviewing video footage and we're not finding anything. So we worked with companies that could integrate and do their own machine learning systems on ours and be able to just give them when somebody is doing something funny. And then they can decide how they handle that moving forward.
Great, thank you. Alex, I see you're unmuted as well. Did you want to weigh in on how to mitigate losses?
Well, I think John covered a lot of what I was going to say with the trends and the, but I think he's spot on with lighting flags based on trends, but just sending the data and letting the other product figure out how to light flags and warn your employees. This is kind of the approach that we have at LogiVision by sending through a few different ways to a few different third parties, the transaction basket and video text overlay for the video. There's of course the old method, which is the bagging area on the self-checkout with the theft prevention scales on them. But another trend that I'm seeing a lot in the industry is product recognition now. A lot of scanners and hardware manufacturers now are able to provide POS retailers with POS companies with APIs where you can integrate your own POS to work with that product recognition scanner. This is.
Are you talking like machine vision, right? Where you just put it in front and is that what you're referencing, Alex?
Correct, correct.
Okay.
So instead of the theft prevention bagging area and scale, it works with the scanner's product recognition to know whether you put, a $50 pair of steaks or, an apple.
Got it. Great. Thank you. We have one more question. Does any of our other panelists want to weigh in? Maybe one more weigh in on the loss prevention? All right, now let's turn it over. We have a question from Amit. Amit, you are unmuted. Can you ask our panelists your question?
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity, guys. And I really was interested in everything that you guys presented respectively. My question's a bit different than just the technology. I recently conducted a research that found that there is quite a bit of a gap between, let's say, those who create the technologies, like the solutions you guys provided, and I was very fascinated to hear them, and those who use it. So now that in the age of fintech, that there's a lot more education going around, I wanted to know, based off how you target or how you approach your niches, how do you plan on closing that gap and putting that contribution in order to really make sure that this gap is not as apparent as it is at the moment? Anyone can answer the question. It's open to everyone.
Great, thank you. Amit, who wants to take that first?
I can take that. So for us, it's been about not being afraid to actually have connection with our end users. A lot of times our dealers have questions that are kind of beyond what they're really willing to dive into and to learn specific information. So we're willing to hop on, usually hopefully with our dealer channels, with our partners to be able to actually talk to the end user, to interface with them, listen to their ideas, understand where they're coming from, what they're trying to accomplish, so we can help bring that technology a little bit closer to them. So we've had quite a bit of experience with dealing directly with the end users. So I think that's helped us a whole lot develop better software, stuff that's a little bit more user-friendly, that solves real-world problems and things like that. So that's been kind of our thing, is that not to be afraid to reach out to the end users directly and learn from that.
Yeah, thank you, David.
I would love to second David on the support from the merchant perspective. And also, I think that listening to the ISVs themselves and getting their comments and their change requests, which is a daily event in our case, when you have 450 ISVs that wrote to your interface and they keep asking for additional changes, then you definitely stay close to the market and you understand, because you reflect the market needs through the merchants that call your support line. And we support all 120 or 30,000 merchants that do that, and of course their dealers. So I think this is very critical. The other thing is that I think we do need to do from time to time, and it's a little daring, but we all do that. We innovate. We create our own changes. We create our own dreams and put them into the POS or into the gateway or into the protocol. And sometimes we hit and sometimes we miss, but we always try. So I think that's the best way to do it.
Thank you, Moni. We're almost at the top of the hour, but Dave Menton, you're unmuted. Do you want to weigh in on this question?
So I commonly see this as an issue, particularly in our industry with the food and beverage and hospitality industry. The person that's outlining and describing what needs to be built out in a solution to the development teams is not somebody that understands the jobs and the roles and the features and functionalities they're trying to create. And so, I think the key to success is the person that's working directly with the end user that wants to create functionality has to be very familiar with what they're trying to do. And that bridges a lot of gaps in communication and understanding, really modeling out what they're trying to accomplish. What does the end result look like? A lot of times we talk about the problem and not so much what the end result has to be. And so I find that, where we're very successful is where we do exactly what was described, getting with the end user, really identifying what they're doing today and how it acts, and then identifying what needs to change, and then, intelligently communicating that to developers who are coders. They're not people that necessarily understand what they're creating is going to do at the end game. So I think that's a key piece.
Thank you. Renee Stein, you'll have the last word on this. If you can give 30 seconds for your answer. We're near the top of the hour.
Absolutely. And just from our perspective, leading off of what everyone else is saying, we're putting more of a focus on hiring within our company, right? Who writes those use cases and who has that industry knowledge more so than a developer knowledge, right? Because we recognize early on that developers can't be designing a usable product all the time.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Wonderful. Yes, Amit, thank you for the question. Thanks so much to our panelists. Thanks to our annual sponsors as well for their support of the RSPA. And thanks again to those sponsors of the niche and startup ISV community for making Spill the Tea possible. And again, if you want to connect with any of these ISVs who spilled the tea today, you saw all their contact information on there, but we're more than happy as the RSPA team to help connect you with any one of our members. Just email us at membership@gorspa.org, or better yet, do that, and then we'll see you at Retail Now 2023, where the industry meets. Make sure you save the date. We hope to see you there. So again, thanks so much again to all our panelists. Thanks to our great audience for attending, for their wonderful engagement. Thanks to everybody who makes the RSPA such a wonderful community. Goodbye, everybody.